Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler review series videos I do for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff. Then, folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That at the time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. I really hope this is good. I really hope this is good. But we'll get into that. Anyway, folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, why I wear super cool shirts? I always like to highlight super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing today? Boom! It's my Battle Arena Toshinden shirt. Woo! Battle Arena Toshinden. Which, if you're not familiar, that's perfectly reasonable at this point. At one point in time, Battle Arena Toshinden, by the way, it's a series of 3D weapon-based combat video games from the sort of mid 90s up until maybe like the early 2000s, maybe. I forget exactly when the franchise pretty much tapped out. And then they made a fucking Wii game that never came to America and had nothing to do with anything in Battle Arena Toshinden. It was just they just used the name, like none of the characters or anything. I really like the Battle Arena Toshinden games. Specifically, like the first two, I think are probably the best. Especially the Game Boy version, believe it or not, is actually probably the best game in the entire series. They did a really good job with it. But the first two games for the PlayStation are both really solid. When it got to the third game, yeah, it was a little bit more mixed. I don't know. They just started kind of going a little bit more off the rails with it. I guess they were trying to kind of give it its own personality. But I don't think it worked that well, personally. Like, it's still a fun enough game and everything, but it's like, you can break that game so easily because the way that they changed things just kind of completely screwed things up. I remember when I first got it, it was just several years ago, because, like, I didn't have it when I was younger. But I went out and I got it, and I remember playing that game, and, like, I was able to tear through that entire game. I don't think I lost an entire match with the character that I chose, who wasn't even a character I was familiar with. They just broke that game, unfortunately. But I still really like the series anyway. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why do I really hope that it's good? Well, folks, that's because we're reviewing something from, boom! This is from a place called the Kebab House, which is a Turkish/Mediterranean spot. It is a local spot to me, which, by the way, means that it's going to end up in my sampler platter local love playlist. That playlist is just for local establishments that I try out, and I go over there and I review their stuff. So if you're interested in my local food scene, that's the playlist for you. This specifically, though, is their Adana kebab. It looks like, boom, like this. It's a big freaking X. I'm not gonna lie, it is not the most sexy looking thing I've ever reviewed, but that doesn't matter. It's about the taste and the goodness. The Adana kebab, by the way, is the famous Turkish kebab, according to their menu. It is ground lamb mixed with red pepper and Turkish seasonings grilled over an open flame. It comes with yogurt sauce, also comes with rice, and all that put together. If you get two skewers, which is what I did, it's $20.99. If you just get one, it's $15.99. So, which it's a little bit much. It's a little bit much. But again, this is a treat. I got this off of Grubhub because I had a gift card. Now, the thing is, I just got through reviewing some, boom, lentil soup from the Kebab House, and I noticed that it seems like they might have gone over there and changed up their recipes a little bit. Now, I have not actually had this one. I've had the lentil soup every time I've been there. I've not had the Adana kebab, so I can't say one way or another if it's going to be better or worse than, previous entries. But let's go ahead. Let's give it a shot. I don't know what the best way to make this work is going to be. I mean, you know what? Screw it. I'm not fucking sexy or fancy. Just fucking eat the damn thing. I mean, it's good. Um, it's definitely exactly what it says it is. It's ground lamb mixed with, spices and stuff. Um, I mean, lamb isn't something I eat very frequently, but I certainly have nothing against it as a protein. It's just, it's not like a commonplace ingredient in the United States cooking, although, lamb chops and stuff like that. But I do like it when I can get it. This in particular, it's good. It's definitely cooked well. It's nice and moist, nice and soft. You can taste the lamb aspect of it. It doesn't taste like it's just beef or anything like that. So, yeah, okay. But here's the problem I'm running into. Kind of tastes under seasoned, especially compared to other instances when I've gone to the Kebab House. And I do want to mention that regardless of whatever this review might end up being, I really like this place. Like, this is a spot that, it's one of those spots that, like, I don't go to enough, but I should. But I usually, when I do order from them or when I do go there, it's because it's like a special day. It's like something where either I'm having a really good day or a really bad day or something. That's usually when I go to the Kebab House because I know that, like, I'm going to get really, really good food. This is still good. I will not say otherwise, but it is honestly a little bit lacking. Again, it's cooked really well. Very tasty, but I just don't feel like it has the level of oomph that I'm used to from their food. Well, let's go over there. Let's tag in some yogurt sauce to go over there and, dip our stuff in. Let's get the thing. Hopefully not spill it. Just kind of put it right there. Even the yogurt sauce seems a little bit less impressive than I've had in the past. It's still good. It kind of tastes like it's tzatziki sauce. That was maybe it was just because I was dipping from the top more so than the bottom. It's got like a nice like zing to it. So let's go ahead, try it out. Because like the thing is, and to be fair, the sauce does pair extremely well with the kebab meat. But again, problem is once the sauce kind of dials back, the kebab by itself, it's just not as special as I want it to be. What I was gonna say earlier, the thing is like this isn't too far away from basically being kind of along the lines of a gyro or a gyro, however the fuck you want to pronounce it. I know it's supposed to be gyro. It's a similar texture, similar flavor profile, and even the sauce is kind of similar. And the thing is that, this is kind of like, it's almost like a little bit more upscaled version of that, which is perfectly fine. But, here's the thing. If you're going to upscale it, that's great. If you're going to go over there and you're going to charge $20.99 for it, for 2 skewers, whereas comparatively, I can go over there and get myself a big-ass gyro filled to the brim with meat for, probably like half that. Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with paying that, but I need the quality to be there. And, well, I do still think that they, it's probably quality ingredients and everything. It's still tasty, it's still really good, I like it, but like with the lentil soup, I don't know, I just feel like, I don't know, maybe, they're just having an off day, or like I said, maybe they just changed up the recipes a little bit. Maybe they had a change in the cooking staff. But sadly, it just, like I said, doesn't have quite the same impact that I've had in the past. It's still very tasty. I'm still going to enjoy the hell out of it. And like I said, this is an instance where I have not tried this one before. So maybe it always tasted this way, But I've had their other kebabs in the past, well, some of them, and I definitely remember them, really having more oomph. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad dish at all. Not even a little bit. It's actually, again, it's still very tasty. The rice is good too. I love rice. But yeah, man. And two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Maybe and sorta. This is such a weird thing. It's been like I've wanted to review this place for such a long time, and it kind of sucks that like now that I finally am reviewing it, this has probably been my most underwhelming outing from Kebab House. And it's like, and again, every other time I've been there, it's been really, really outstanding. So it's like I'm trying not to take this as like an overall kind of thing. But at the same time, I have to be honest about it. Would I get this dish again? As is, probably not. I mean, if they went over there and, again, maybe tweaked the recipe, gave it a little extra oomph, maybe. But there are definitely other things on their menu that I prefer to this, because I can only take it as is, that I would get before I got this. Even though, again, it's not bad, but I do feel it's just a little bit underwhelming compared to some of the other things they have, especially when you consider the price. No, if I'm recommending it, I mean, I do recommend the Kebab House, like, flat out. I think the Kebab House is a great little establishment. It's kind of a cool little hole in the wall. And, again, it's like, I don't want to be one of those people who it's like, and this hasn't even been like a bad outing. It's still really tasty. I'm still enjoying it quite a bit. But it's definitely, again, just sort of like the weakest of the outings that I've had from here, as much as I love the establishment. So it's like, I fully endorse the Kebab House. I don't know, maybe again, just maybe there was a change in ownership or something, or, again, maybe in the cooking staff or something, or maybe they just had an off day. But I refuse to be one of those people who has one, I'm not going to say lackluster, but just, again, just maybe a little bit disappointing outing, and then I'm going to go over there and trash the place. Like, that's not what I'm going to do, because every other instance I've ever had from this place has been fantastic. Probably what this means is, at some point in the not too distant future, I'll have to do like a re-review and kind of see where things are at, maybe a month or two down the line or something. So keep an eye out for those. But anyway, 5 things before I get out of here, folks. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. You go over there, have yourselves a truly delicious kebab-tastic rest of your life. Because kebabs are fantastic, man. They're like one of those like simple, beautiful things. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there with you in it. It's rough, man. It can be rough sometimes. But you have to go over there. You have to deal with it however you can. And, sometimes it can be stressful, frustrating, etc. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you've got a favorite spot of yours or something like that, maybe it just hasn't been quite up to par, the last time that you had it. My suggestion would be, give it another shot. If you go on like Yelp or Google reviews and stuff like that, I don't know why that was hard for me to say. A lot of times you'll see like really shitty ratings from somebody, and they'll start off the thing with like, I've been going here for years, and it's always been great, and blah, 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 blah. And this one time I went there, and it wasn't quite as good, blah, 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 1 star, fuck you, I'm never going back. Don't be that fucking person. I'm not saying you have to give every place an infinite line of credit, or even, if you have that bad of an outing, drop it if you feel you need to. But don't be, I've talked with people who are like, I don't even go back. And it's like, why? You give it another shot, At least that's how I feel personally. Anyway, have yourself a great day. Bye.